Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday, January 30th. I'm Barry Fair, and it's a quarter to 10 here on this Wednesday morning, and thank you for your company today here on the show. And today on the show, I'd like to talk about four-wheel drives again and your camping essentials. Now, I did a show about camping essentials and four-wheel drives yesterday. So, for those of you that missed yesterday's program at tonight, I am going to give you a few basic tips on four-wheel drive driving through the rugged terrains. Now, before you set off on a four-wheel drive camping trip, rule number one is always have a map with you to decide where you are going to go, where you are going to camp for the night, and which is the best route. And always make sure that you've got enough essentials to keep you going throughout the trip, and make sure that you have enough time to do everything, and work out how much time you will need to plan everything, and always make sure that you watch the weather reports and listen to the weather reports before you set out on your maiden voyage to wherever you and your mates may be going to. And the most important thing is always sit down with your mates and decide where you are going to go, how and where you are going to camp yourself or base yourself, I should say, for that night, and where you are going to start your trip and end your trip. And also today on the show, I will be talking about how to get yourself out of a sticky situation if you do happen to get bogged. And also, I will be talking about having a good sturdy winch to put on the front of your bumper bar, so if you or your mate happen to get bogged or get stuck on uneven ground, you must always make sure you've got a winch to pull the person out of the mud, because you must always consider the road surfaces before driving on them. And also you have to make sure that you check how steep the hills are before you attempt to drive your four-wheel drive, especially if you've got a camper trailer on the back. Always make sure that you check how steep the hill is, because if it's too steep, you mustn't risk it. Because if you attempt to drive your car four-wheel drive, especially if you've got a camper trailer on the back of it, and you get stuck and you're on your own, you really had it. So you have to consider how steep the hill is, whether you are going to up or down it. So before you drive up the steep hill, get out of your car and check to see how steep the hill is, whether the hill is going up or down. And do not try to attempt to do this yourself, otherwise you could have a very nasty roll over, and you do not want this to happen, because when you are driving a four-wheel drive vehicle on uneven surfaces, things do not always go to plan, because if you get stuck and you try to get out of the mud yourself, chances are that you will get bogged and you roll over, and then you will have to have someone to help you get the vehicle back on its wheels. So it's very important to remember to try not to drive on uneven roads and get bogged, because as I've just said, chances are you tip over, and you do not want that, especially if you've got a camper trailer with all your food and your barbecue and your cooking equipment, that sort of thing. So always make sure that you check whether the road is dry or wet, because if it has been raining and and you try to drive on the wet road and the mud is like slippery, and you try to drive through it and you've got no traction, it will be more of a chance that you get bogged. So please check how muddy the road is before you drive on it, and if you feel that you are going to get bogged on that road, don't drive on it. Don't take the risk. I said this in the video yesterday. If you have had a rollover and the other car, and you see, and your mate sees you, ask him to help you to get the vehicle back on its roof, back on its wheels. And if you see a rollover, always ask the person, are they okay? And do not leave them. It is very important not to panic if you have had a rollover, and stay calm. That is the rule. Another thing is, once the car is back on its wheels, check to see whether anything has been damaged, and open the bonnet to see if there's any damage also. That is the rule. And always check the fuel tank to see whether any fuel is leaked out of the fuel tank after the rollover. You may feel a bit frightened after the rollover, but the main thing is you must have someone with you to check on you to see whether you're okay. And coming up also on today's show, having the right camping gear and enough camping gear. So that's what we'll be talking about on today's show. Having the right camping gear and choosing the right camping place. I'm Barry Finn. Don't you go away. We'll be back shortly with the second part.